The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead today, but first, the opening statement. You know, we've stayed away from this topic a little bit, only because I hadn't really made up my mind how I felt about it either. We're talking about property tax reform. We're going to answer questions about that by asking real questions. Kick it off today with our good friend, also running for the 11th Congressional District. He's done so much. Carey Baker joins me. Carey, always a pleasure to see you.
Same here. Thanks for having me.
We're going to talk about you in a minute. Your story is fascinating to me. But what do you think about this property tax reform?
I like it.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, taxes are a pick your poison, right? But within any tax, there's a limit. Meaning, there's a limit to how much income tax we should assess. There's a limit to sales tax. There's a limit to all taxes. And quite frankly, we've reached the limit with property taxes.
Yeah.
We have. And so this is quite necessary. When the state of Florida enacted the first homestead exemption, it was worth $5,000. You know what the average home value was? $5,000.
Oh, wow.
So it is about time that we raise that threshold. So it'll go from the $50,000 exemption. The first year will move up to $150,000. The second year to $250,000. And still doesn't apply to the school portion of the taxes.
Right.
So I think it's necessary. I mean, if a house to costing, the cost of housing is taxes, it's insurance, it's a house itself, and taxes have unfortunately been grown. And there's a limit, and I think it's time that we go ahead and cap that limit. I think it's necessary for our kids and our grandkids to be able to afford a house.
Yeah, I agree. So for the regular person watching at home right now who owns a house, say it's worth $400,000, what does this really mean for that person?
It'll save them $1,000 the first year, roughly, and roughly $2,000 the next year.
Yeah. And it's been really hard to watch people who have not been able to pay their mortgage sum recently because of the taxes going up so substantially, because the real estate market increased substantially. And they're like, I don't understand, Justin, why my mortgage is going up so much, but it's the PITI in that mortgage payment, that tax portion has really made it difficult for some people to afford their monthly mortgage payment.
Oh, no, that's right. I mean, easily property taxes for the same value home in the last 5 or 6 years have doubled. Doubled. Same home. If you bought it 5 years ago versus today, your property tax bill is doubled. And that's just wrong,
yeah,
quite frankly. And so and local government had the opportunity to reduce their tax rates. As values go up, the tax rate should go down to account for it. But no, they've just kept the tax rate the same and said, oh, we're not raising your taxes. Yeah. But every time your value goes up, your taxes go up. So they sort of brought this on themselves. I've just done the calculation in Polk County. The calculation for the county, for every city, there's 17 cities in Polk County. And so I've seen the effect, and I think it's manageable.
I agree. I think it's time. There's no question about it. Talk about Carey for a second. I think of you as sort of the unofficial mayor of Lake County in so many ways. You have such a great reputation there. Everybody knows you, and it's because you've done such a wonderful job for the citizens of Lake County. U.S. Army, your family has owned a gun store there for how many years now?
Well, in Lake County since 1953. We were established in 1886.
Oh, wow.
We think makes us the nation's oldest gun shop.
Is that right?
Yeah, right.
Nations. I said Florida. I was wrong.
Oh, yeah, in the nation.
No, that's amazing. Yeah. Florida House, Florida Senate, and then the property appraiser for Lake County for a long time until something absolutely disgusting happened. Can we talk about it for a second? I want to hear what happened.
Sure.
Go ahead. Tell me.
Well, so in order to save a little money for my contributors, people were supporting me for my reelection. Well, when you file, you have to either pay a filing fee, in my case was about $11,000, or you file as a write-in at the very last second, and that doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Well, I waited to the very end, to the noon deadline. I looked around. No one was there to file against me. I filed as a write-in, and I should have been reelected 15 seconds later when the noon deadline happened, but I did not know they had changed the rules. And there was folks that they allowed inside the office that were able to file 20 minutes after the deadline, and they filed, and so their name was on the ballot, mine wasn't. But you know, we and I lost the race. No big deal though. You know, the good Lord's got me, and I did receive a local record of write-in votes. 44,000 people in Lake County wrote my name in, Carey Baker, for Lake County property appraiser. So, and now it's given me, quite frankly, the opportunity to run for Congress.
Yeah, but it was really sick what happened, because essentially, here's what happened. No one could have possibly beat him in this election. And Carey was trying to save money for the people who contributed to his campaign, and then it absolutely just got blindsided by something, because that's the only way this other group could have won.
Well, I made the mistake of trusting someone, and I told them what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So they just laid in wait. I thought they were friends. Turns out they weren't, obviously.
But now it's time to go to Washington, D.C.
It is.
How in the world did this come up? How did you decide to make this jump into the highest election that you've
Sure. Well, two ways. One is Dan Webster decided not to run again.
Right.
And then he called me right before the filing deadline and said, Carey, I'd love for you to run for this race. I said, yes, sir, I'll do it. And I do believe I have the skills and the experience to do this. And you were very kind to mention that I was a former state rep, state senator. And so as a state representative and senator, I was very active. Meaning I rolled my sleeves up and I went to work every day for the 10 years I was in Tallahassee. And we accomplished a lot. I filed tons of bills to benefit veterans, gun owners, obviously.
Yeah.
Worked on a lot of property tax issues, which led me to end up being the property appraiser in Lake County. And so with that, I just feel my military service served year Iraq, and being a small business owner. And I think in D.C., we need some serious small business owners that actually care.
Absolutely.
And too often we send people to D.C. and, they drink the Kool-Aid up there. They love to appear before the cameras, but do they get things done? It doesn't seem so. So I'm just going to get up there, roll up my sleeves, and get to work.
Got it. The 11th Congressional District, where is it? I always get confused as to exactly what counties that encompasses.
Well, they changed the lines a little bit, but it's basically the same. So it's most of Lake County, not the total northern part, but most of Lake County, all of Sumter, which has the villages, and then West Orange. So start at Apopka and run right down through Ocala, Winter Garden, Windermere, all the way down to the Osceola border.
Got it. So the August election, the primary, is going to be maybe even the most important part of this election, because we think it'll be more of a Republican skewing district.
And it is. It performs very Republican traditionally. So the biggest part of this race will be the primary in August.
Got it. Here's what we'll do. Let's take a quick break. When we return, let's ask Carey exactly what he's going to be as your next congressman, and let's see what you can do to help as You Have Real Estate continues. If you own a house, you need to listen up, because it is getting warmer out. You know what the warm weather means? It means your electricity bills are going to skyrocket. What can you do? Can you call the electricity bill and say, or the electricity company and say, lower my bill? You can't do that at all. What you can do is look at your windows. Dan Brigman is here, Renewal by Anderson. Dan, windows make all the difference with our electricity bills.
Yes, they sure do. You have to have, in this day and time, you have to have a high energy efficient window. If you don't, you can expect to be paying anywhere from 20 to 40% more on your electric bill than you should be.
And when you start talking about financing new windows, your financing terms are amazing. Oftentimes no interest for a while. Sometimes the payment that you make for the windows is going to be offset totally by the savings on your electricity bill.
Yeah, over time, you almost always are going to pay for your windows in the amount of savings that you have on your electric bill, depending on how high that is. But yeah, I mean, you're going to normally see an electric bill between $300 and $400 or $500. If you take the cost savings from that, you probably save close to $200. We can get you in payment plans under that category all day long.
All windows are not created equally. Renewal by Anderson simply has the best.
Yes, 100%. I believe that with all my heart. We have over 33 patents on our Fibrex product. It's been under research since 1991. So yeah, it's #1 window in the industry.
Always good to see you, brother. QR code on the screen. If you own a house, have Renewal by Anderson out today. Welcome back to the show, the 11th Congressional District. This man is running for that to be your representative in Washington, D.C. Carey Baker is here. But Carey, I think the proof sometimes is in the pudding. Yes, you're a small business owner, but you've also done great things for the state of Florida in both the House and the Senate. What are some of the things that you did when you were representing the state?
Well, that's the exciting part about serving, is actually trying to make a difference. And even in Tallahassee, you would see folks that would run for office and they really weren't serious about serving their constituents. So, but as a small business owner, now 45 years, I've owned a small business. And when I was up there was a time, and you will find this hard to believe, they were going to require pool contractors to hire engineers to engineer the pools. And I asked the question, are we having pools collapsing on people and drowning? And the answer, of course, was no. So I passed a law. I said, no, there doesn't need to be an engineer to construct or design a swimming pool. Same with the screen enclosures. They're going to make those engineered. Yeah. It's like, all right. And I passed a law that banned that as
more expensive is all I.
Oh yeah, no, $5,000 probably right now. And then as a gun shop owner, of course, and a concealed weapon permit holder and a firearms instructor, I worked on all of the pro gun bills. And then, matter of fact, when Louisiana got hit by a hurricane, they were confiscating honest people's firearms. Really? Honest people's firearms. And I said, no, we're not going to do that in Florida. So I filed a bill, passed it, and protected gun owners right here in the state of Florida. And I was elected to the Florida Senate right after I'd come back from Iraq. And I was an infantry first sergeant. And when I came back, I was just on fire. We're going to take care of our veterans. I had 11 soldiers killed in my battalion, 11 wounded in my company. And I filed a couple bills immediately. One said, if you're the spouse or a child of a wounded soldier, we're going to just give you grants for education, including vocational training to help support the family. And for those troops that gave their all, I filed a bill that said the state of Florida is just going to wrap our arms around your children, and we're going to provide their education through the university level. And so those are the things that I did, that I worked on. When President Obama said he was going to mandate that everybody buy his Obama insurance, I passed a bill, a constitutional amendment that said, no, Floridians have the right to choose their own health care. Unfortunately, the Florida Supreme Court threw it off the ballot. But, I fought the fight.
You sure did.
When it comes to property taxes, I don't know if you ever, you're familiar with most of the property tax issues. When I was first there, it was only $25,000 exemption. Well, I championed the cause to move it to $50,000. That's where it is now. And we had to have voter approval, but somebody had to take up that cause. And so I said, listen, these taxes are so important. They affect so many people that we need to keep up with inflation, housing increases. And so every day I just fought the fight. Wow. And it was exciting. It was very satisfying.
Where do people live when they're Florida reps and senators, by the way? Do you guys all share an apartment or what? I've always been fascinated by that.
Yes, many of us. Yeah. So I share an apartment with state reps when I was in the House and with senators when I was in the Senate.
That's kind of fun.
No, it's all fun. But then my wife, we started having children. Oh, yeah. She was coming up, so we ended up having to get our own place because we had all the kids.
Now we're moving the fight to Washington, D.C., right? A big jump, big step forward, but I think your experience, obviously, in Tallahassee is huge. You have a little bit of a mix, if you think about it, of business owner and politics, too, because everyone's like, we need to get the politicians out of D.C., and I agree with that in so many different ways, but you also kind of have to know how to get things done as well.
No, that's right. Immediately I'll be effective because I've just sponsored and passed so many bills. I've chaired many committees. I'm the former Transportation Committee chairman in the Senate. I was an Appropriations Committee chairman both in the House and in the Senate. So I know how to drill down and doge these agencies because they will try to hide. They'll try to hide their spending, and you have to know the tricks that they possess to try to thwart that. And so I've gone through all of that. So it's exciting to be able to take those skills and just be able to step in day one and be able to do the job. I have a good relationship with lots of people, including our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. We were freshmen together in the Florida House.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And our UN ambassador, Mike Waltz, he was my congressman, so Mike and I go way back. We're friends.
Amazing.
And so all those things will just help me better at the end of the day, just better represent the folks in District 11. And that's all I want to do. I care about my community. I was born there, went to school there, both high school and college. I'm the scoutmaster in the district. Yeah. And here's what's funny. So I'm the scoutmaster of Troop 43 in Tavares. It's the same troop I was in as a boy. So 50 years ago.
Unreal. Really a great guy. I've always thought that about you, obviously. But a campaign like this is very time consuming. People don't understand what an effort it takes, but also it costs a lot of money too. How can people reach out to help?
Well, thanks for asking that question. So then go to careybaker.com. That's my website. You can contribute online. And when you contribute, we're very frugal with how we're spending the money, very targeted. Yeah. It mostly turns into mail, but some TV, some other things, but it's not wasted. And we will use that to better represent the folks that I live with, that I work with, that I've had the honor of representing both in the House and the Senate and as their property appraiser. And I can share that I have experience running a government agency, and that's the property appraiser's office. And in Lake County, I cut the budget in Lake County, and we were either the first or second lowest cost per capita property appraiser's office in the state of Florida, yet we did an outstanding job. Our customer service was excellent, bar none. Yep. And so I want to take all those experiences with me that no one else in this race has.
Exactly.
And put it to immediate use.
Carey Baker, always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Jeff, well,
reach out, help if you can. Quick break. You have Real Estate continues.
So Ryan, not only did you literally change, I don't know, our yard. I'm spending so much time outside. He is too. I mean, he can't even get off the putting green ever.
I've already gotten yelled at.
Well, you know what? It could be worse places.
That's the other problem, though, Ryan, is I got yelled at for having a bad backyard until you came, and now I'm getting yelled at for
and now we can't get him inside.
Because I just want to have a golf club.
Well, you know, we actually have this amazing way for me to come get to you and find you out on the putting green. So pavers, talk to me about the pavers, because when we originally met, I was like, Ryan, I want some cement, I want some whatever it is. I really want that in there to just kind of like change it up so it's not just turf.
Yep. Yeah, so the travertine in this case with turf strips is a very good option for something like that. It's a very elegant look as well. We can do pavers or travertine in this scenario like this, to where you have the strips. And it just creates a nice little pathway.
It really just elevates the area, and it looks classy, it's rich. And then we talked about my little dead area over there that we're still working on. I'm gonna put some mulch back there, but you did these bricks, why?
So the brick is a nice little landscape border. It also defines a bed at the same time. And it's not something you're gonna have to replace.
No, I love it. Our yard is just, I don't know, so elevated. And this one's already talking about doing extra projects, so.
I can't help it. I mean, and because it looks so good, you just automatically think, okay, I could do this and that, and I think you should. And again, Ryan, you and I always talk about it. We live in Florida. You know, we're not in Nebraska. We're not in Boston. We spend a lot of time outside. The outdoor areas are so important to the resale value of the house, but maybe more importantly for us, like the enjoyment of our home.
Yeah, exactly. It's really about enjoyment more than anything. That outdoor.
I agree.
Well, we love our yard. Stella does too, and it's dog friendly, which is huge, especially for us, because I mean, we're at her home too, and she's just wandering out. She loves it.
I think we're at her home. Yes,
yeah, we are. Definitely. Well, Ryan, thank you for literally changing our home, for making it more beautiful. I'm very happy. I feel like you and Justin are going to be golfing literally in more ways than one.
No question about it.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I didn't say that.
Whatever.
That was me opening.
Do yourself a favor and call DelaTurf if you're looking to elevate your space. Really, they can walk you through anything. I mean, they can do the pavers, they can do the bricks. Your dog will love it too. Call DelaTurf today.
Welcome back to the show. We talked about property taxes because some of us feel like we can't own a home now because property taxes have gotten so expensive. What I've seen is a lot of people leaving Orlando to go to areas that are a little less expensive and, quite honestly, a little less congested. The person who runs Ocala in the real estate world is Elisha Lopez, and it's true. You've seen so many people come from, whether it's Winter Park, Orlando, Lake Mary, and move up to the Marion County area just because the cost of acquisition of a home is so much less.
Yeah, I mean, it's for years we've been talking about this, and it's still in the 43-ish% range, that comparing apples to apples, what you get less than Orange County.
I get nervous sometimes when I see families really stretching the budget to spend virtually all of their money on their mortgage payment I get worried about this term house poor, because when people work so hard and every penny they make almost goes to pay the mortgage, it makes the rest of the life more of a challenge. You must have seen people who have become house poor because of this.
Yeah, just because you can qualify for a certain amount, it doesn't mean you're going to be comfortable with that amount. And life is more than just, that's the American dream, to own a home, yes, but the American dream is also to live life freely. And so in order to do that, it's like how far, like the most bang for your buck, really. And in Marion County, year after year, we're doing it.
Do you have any thoughts on, especially for a first-time home buyer, what percentage of their income or how much they need left over. I mean, how much should I really be investing of my monthly income in my house?
Good question. Dallas gonna kill me. But I mean, I've always been a firm believer that whatever that percentage is, that ratio is for you, that you should always go at least 10-15% less, because this way you're saving for a rainy day or saving for a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one thing I will say, though, is it's expensive even to rent something. So, you know, you have to balance that out as well as, okay, what's the cost of this mortgage, PITI, versus renting even a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment?
Yeah, so you're going to get a way bigger home, more bedrooms, for a lot less in Marion County than you are for paying rent, even in Marion County. But compared to Orange County, it's like a 2-bedroom is what, almost $2,000 a month?
Oh, yeah, easy.
And you can own a home for that, and it's yours, and actually have a 1/4 acre, a newer home, have a garage. I mean, that's amazing.
It's almost a no-brainer. And by the way, if you want to see properties that are available for sale right now, she has a QR code on the screen, and she can even send you listings as they come available. That way, you know, kind of get a head start on everyone else if you want to make an offer on something. And it's not just people who own their primary residential home. A lot of investment going on in the Marion County area now as well in real estate.
Oh, yeah, with the World Equestrian Center, and it just keeps growing and growing. Like, they've opened up a whole nother section. There's another resort that they're building, so they're on their 3rd one now. Yeah. And Margaritaville is just outside of the World Equestrian Center that they've already opened. So many great things coming to our area, which is crazy to me, because I've been there almost 22 years.
It really is becoming a tourist destination in so many ways, Ocala. What they're doing at WEC is absurd, and they're adding event after event after event as well, which is just constantly bringing people in who might need short-term rentals as well.
Yeah, and you know, Airbnbs have leveled out a little, but it doesn't mean there's still not a need for it, and that there aren't investors looking for them, and there's definitely people needing them to stay at, especially with the events going on.
Right. But also, as that area grows, more people are coming there to live for work as well, and inevitably they're going to need a place to rent or need a place to buy.
Yeah, I mean, exponential growth we're still experiencing. This is year over year over year, and I don't see it stopping for a while, because there's a lot of land still to build and a lot to be developed.
Has it impacted the traffic yet?
Oh,
it's pretty much.
But you know, I always say it's nothing, because you know, I've lived in Orlando. I come from Miami, so I know traffic.
Oh yes.
And so when I'm sitting in a little bit of traffic in Marion County, like
this is nothing.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Elisha, Lopez, always great to see you. QR code on the screen for her. Let's see what is for sale right now. Thank you to Elisha and all of our guests today, our amazing crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. You have a piece of land, you want to build a custom home. Should you? And where do you turn? That answer is very easy for me. We turn to Chad Newberry Homes every time. You've done so many homes from ground up, but I think the most important thing for me is you do the design and the build at Newberry Homes.
Yeah. It kind of separates us from a lot of the custom home builders in the market. A lot of people come to us and because they have an idea of what they want to do, and they want their GC and their architecture team sitting at the same table to help design the house and kind of stay in budget.
Yeah, when it comes to any contractor, trust, Lisa, is the most important part. We see so many people in Florida run away with people's money. They've been around for a long time, very trustworthy.
Very. I mean, it's impeccable. That's why I moved being general real estate for 25 years into this, because of the genuine approach that they have with everybody, the contractors they have, all the way down to the buyers.
I love what you've created. And if you want to learn more about custom home building, we've created the Custom Home Workshop. A QR code is on your screen right now. You can learn all about it, Chad. Custom Home Workshop. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we get a lot of people inquiring about the custom home process and wanting to learn more. And I kind of finally took the initiative to reach out into the community and actually sign people up. And so I spend several hours teaching a class, teaching people what to expect in the custom home process and what the right mindset is so that it's an enjoyable experience. And then we made it fun with some interactive aspects with like Legos and stuff like that to really understand the whole process from start to finish.
It's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Chad. If you are thinking about building a house, maybe you have a piece of land you want to build on. Maybe you don't have the land yet, but you know you want a custom home. There's one place to turn. Newberry Homes, QR code on the screen. Check it out today.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.